Are you struggling to get a good night's sleep? Well, this young mother made the bold decision to leave her high-paying corporate job and embark on a journey to start her own mattress company. When she shared this idea with her husband, the couple went on to uncover the science behind a restful sleep. Though the journey was filled with a lot of struggles, this couple did not give up. They rigorously researched about the science for 2 years before launching their very own The Sleep Company. With the joint efforts of Priyanka and Harshil Salot, the Sleep Company was founded in the year 2019. The company manufactures mattresses which are backed by the smart grid technology and has 35 stores across the country. As easy as it may sound, the journey of the founders was actually filled with courage, struggles, and a lot of excitement. Being a young couple with loads of responsibilities, it was not easy to leave their corporate job and begin with something of their very own. We at NDTV Profit spoke with Harshil to know more about the science behind a good night's sleep and the struggles behind the Sleep Company. Welcome to NDTV Profit and thanks for joining us, Mr. Salot.
Thank you so much, Rucha. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, so let's begin off with what does the Sleep Company actually do and how does this idea come across to you and the co-founder Priyanka?
Yeah, so, the Sleep Company is today one of India's leading comfort tech companies, really changing the way people in India sleep and sit. And we say that because we have completely revolutionized this industry with our new proprietary technology called the smart grid. It's the only material type which can be both soft and firm at the same time and can adapt to any different body shapes or types, thereby giving you the best quality of sleep and comfort that you deserve. So we have been now in business for almost about 5 years. And this story started in a very, very fascinating way when my wife, who's also my co-founder Priyanka, and I were expecting our first child, Ayan. She had an insomnia issue when she was pregnant and just after she delivered Ayan. And we tried so many different things to really help her get good sleep. And Mattress was one of them. And at that point, we realized that the quality of products that you get in India are not as great as, available in other countries, especially in the Western world. And we also realized that the sales experience was broken. The people who were running these shops were not really able to educate us on the right kind of quality of product that we should buy in, how it would impact our sleep, how it would really step change our comfort levels. And that was when the seed was really planted that this industry needs disruption. And we realized that and at the same time, there was online, which was really, really taking up in this space. People were changing the way they were buying mattresses. They were buying it from Amazons and Flipkarts. But we realized that we just didn't want to change the way people buy mattresses. We also wanted to innovate on the product. So that's where we roped in Dr. Vijay Tripathi. He was the ex-polymer head at DRDO. And somebody who had a lot of experience in polymer science. And together with him and Priyanka, we did research for about 1.5 years. And we tried so many different experiments, different materials. We did hundreds of experiments. And then finally, we were able to launch Smart Grid. We could crack the manufacturing. We could crack the entire product. And today, I'm happy to say that we have a patent granted not only in India, but many other countries globally for this particular technology.
That's wonderful, a patent granted already. But let me first talk about those 1.5 years which you put in before translating this idea into reality. So can you tell us more about your journey before, spending this 1.5 years? What kind of profile were you and Priyanka were in before that?
Yeah, so both Priyanka and I are graduates from IIM Calcutta.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Incidentally, when I was in college, I really wanted to be an iBanker.
Okay.
But then the Lehman crisis happened, and I was not able to do that. So I was working with Axis Bank in their corporate strategy team for about a year and a half. After that, I was leading my family business. We were into exports of engineering products, selling to companies globally. So I was managing that, which was a family business. Priyanka, on the other hand, spent a lot of time, almost 8 years, with Procter and Gamble.
Okay.
And when she left, she was heading the marketing for the detergents and diaper category.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what, many people have this kind of idea to start something of their own, but, they don't have the courage, or maybe the situation or the circumstances are such wherein, they apparently would not be able to put their high paying job on stake and venture into something which might not give the guarantee of success. So, what encouraged you to leave your job and venture into something of your own?
So, Rucha, I think at some point of time, it is about the belief that you have in your vision. It's the belief that you have in the idea and the capacity to take a risk and give a few years to that. Today, the way India is growing, the way the demographics are changing, the consumption patterns are changing, there is just so many opportunities that are there in so many different sectors. Uh, I think it all boils down to taking that leap of faith and, going all out with a lot of persistence. Like for us, in our case, for 1.5 years, we didn't know the research that we were doing would actually materialize into a product and a business, right? And
Exactly, yeah.
there were so many times during that journey where we were questioning ourselves that why are we even doing this? We were so comfortable in our, jobs, doing well for ourselves,
Exactly.
and why did we need to get into something
Yeah.
which is so uncertain, right?
Right.
But I think the persistence really, really paid off. And I'm glad that we persisted for it. And it's just about, I guess, in the end, it boils down to taking that leap of faith.
Okay, so so that 1.5 years wherein you were in a dilemma whether you're doing the right thing or not. So what kind of strength did you guys give each other? I'm sure you would have faced a lot of challenges, questioning about yourself, but that leap of faith is what really made you go ahead and materialize this thing into a reality, is it?
Yeah, so I mean, for us, it was the support that we both gave each other during that time and the support that we derived from family. Uh, Luckily, we had done well, so we had enough savings to
Right.
survive if even this didn't materialize. But it was a very uncertain time and an environment. And, you know, it was God's grace, family's blessings,
Okay.
and each other's support that probably got us through that period.
Right, right. So again, actually, my next question was around the kind of capital that you started your journey with, and you
Yeah.
started building up the sleep company with. So what kind of capital did you start with, number one? And number two, so out of this conversation, I believe you must have a proper kind of savings and backup before venturing into something risky like this, is it?
So again, it really depends, on what kind of person you are and how okay are you with that risk-taking ability. But yes, I would definitely recommend to have some backup in case things don't work out, because when you are trying something new, there's always a lot of uncertainty attached to it.
Right.
But at the same time, it's also very, very important to push yourself and have that leap of faith. So we started small, right? We started with our own savings, savings from the family, and we kind of put most of it into this business. And luckily for us, it's done quite well.
Okay. Okay, fine. So let me talk and move on to what the company does exactly. So you mentioned about the smart grid technology. So can you elaborate more on that, number one? And also, what kind of relation does AI have with respect to sleep? Because we have a lot of AI buzz
Yeah,
going
yeah.
around. So if you can.
So currently, like I said, we are a comfort tech company where our product ranges start from mattresses, office chairs, recliners, adjustable smart beds, which are proprietary, patented, innovative products that we've kind of launched over the journey of our company. The Core is our commitment to innovation and the new technology, which is smart grid.
Okay.
It's the best material in comfort science today because it can be both soft and firm at the same time. It can adapt to all body shapes and types. And it is a naturally very cooling material. So it has about 2500 air channels. So this is a material-based revolution that we are trying to launch with Smart Grid. Today, most of the materials in this industry are very uniform materials like foam, latex, springs, coir. This is a far superior material, and the grid shape gives it tremendous advantages. And
Okay.
that's what we are seeing. We are today across 107 stores in 34 cities. We have more than 50,000 plus reviews on Google with an average rating of 4.9. So it's a technology that truly, truly performs and disrupts and gives you the best comfort and a great night's sleep.
Okay, so talking about the ratings, I mean, 4.9 is a wonderful rating, but how do you cater to the negative feedback that you get from customers, and how important for a company do you think is catering to negative reviews from customers?
So, we are, as a company, completely paranoid on three things, right? The first is the product. We believe that all our products need to be very differentiated compared to what the market is offering. So we spend a lot of time, effort, and energy in researching the product and coming up with very, very innovative products. The second is the brand. We believe our communication, our colors, the way we talk about it has to be very clear, very sharp, and very consistent. And the third is obviously the customer experience. As a company, we are extremely paranoid about customer experience. If we get one negative review, it's like the entire company is kind of figuring out on what went wrong and how can we solve it. And with everything that we do, we always keep the customer in mind, right? So that is something that we are obsessively paranoid about.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. Okay, moving on to talking about mattress in particular. So how big do you think is mattress kind of a market? Because you've recently forayed into chairs, etc. So can you tell us more about the kind of market and the competition out there?
Yeah. So, mattress is a huge category in India, right? Almost every person needs a mattress to sleep on. Uh, as per the research reports, it's about a $2 billion plus category, growing at an average CAGR of about 9% year on year. However, a lot of this market is also unorganized and unbranded, but that is changing very, very fast. So, in the market, a lot of branded players are now taking higher market share.
Okay.
And especially after COVID, there has been a very, very strong focus on health. Health, according to me, is divided broadly into three aspects. One is on, what you eat. Second is how you exercise and how much you exercise. And third is how well you sleep, right? And mattress is a very, very strong derivative of sleep. So we are seeing the Indian consumer getting a lot more evolved. They are asking the right questions. We have a customer experience center, and we get so many questions coming in on what is the density of this material, how can this material really help improve my sleep, how can it give me more comfort, how can it solve my back pain issue. So we are saying the customer is getting more evolved, and we believe that we have the best products for the evolved customers to really ensure that they get value for money and at the same time amazing comfort and the best sleep possible.
Okay, okay. And what is your, what are the goals that you wish your company could achieve, say, in the next 2 to 3 years, especially in the near term? Are you looking to foray into some more categories, or is it chairs and mattress for now?
So, Rucha, the vision for the sleep company is to really step change the way people sleep and sit. And we will be coming up with a lot of innovative products catering to this vision. And, I think I missed your question earlier about the role of AI in this space, but we are coming up with some products which are AI enabled, which will help you measure your sleep patterns. So, what we will do is basically there will be a sleep score that you will receive on your mobile phone at the end of every night, which will say how well you have slept. That would be a function of how you've moved, how much you've slept, what has been your heart rate, what has been your breathing rate.
Wow, that's
And based
interesting.
on that, you'll really get a sleep score. And we will give you really good insights on how to improve your sleep score. Because we, as a company, really, really want all our consumers to sleep better.
Yeah. Okay, so this will be driven by AI, and are you currently working on this kind of a
Yeah.
scorecard?
So it's already under R&D, and we should be launching it very, very soon.
Wow, that's wonderful. Okay, this is really interesting about AI and technology. I mean, if you ask me, I didn't know that technology is so necessary behind a comfortable sleep. But yes, point to be taken. But moving on, I would also like to ask something very interesting on how you and Priyanka devoted your time as a founder and as parents as well. I mean, you have a baby and your sleep company was also a small baby back then. So how did you manage devoting time to both of these ventures?
Yeah. So, if you ask Priyanka or me, we will always say the sleep company is like a second baby.
Yeah.
We spend so much time nurturing it. But working with your partner comes with so many set of advantages. You can completely trust the other person. You have common goals, common vision. And, you want to take both your personal and professional life in the same direction. Having said that, we do take out a lot of time for our son, Ayan, who's now about 8 years old and
Okay.
growing very, very fast.
Okay.
And, we definitely prioritize that over anything else
Okay.
that we do. And, although it can be chaotic at times, but we always try to find a balance.
Okay, so talking about your personal and professional life, can you tell us or give us some tips, because you started off as a couple but moved on to professionally ahead to achieve this kind of venture, this successful venture. So can you tell us something more about how to balance both of them?
Yeah, I think it's about clear communication, setting the expectations right, and obviously
Okay.
trusting and believing in each other, right? I think probably those are the most important things for both a successful professional as well as a personal relationship.
Right, right. Okay, okay. And talking about the sleep company more, how important do you think is to set up a base before getting your hands into it? For example, you and Priyanka spent 1.5 years just researching about what things are available and what things are right and what things are wrong in the market. So how important do you think is to have a very thorough research and a very thorough plan in place before venturing into something new?
So there are two ways to look at it, right? One is you devote a lot of time to understanding, especially on the product side and getting the product right. And I think it's very, very important to really work, put in the effort, get the basics right, and come up with a very nice, innovative product. For everything else, I think you can learn on the go as well. Like your marketing strategies can change, your go-to-market strategies can change, and those things can probably come in where you're on the go, where you're trying, you're experimenting, you're learning, but at the same time, you still have the momentum which is driving you forward.
Right. Okay. One more thing that I had in mind. There are a few some times wherein you would have your complete attention in the sleep company, and Priyanka would not be able to contribute that much because she would have to look into something else, or vice versa. So, what kind of support and understanding is needed between the two of you to get something which is at a very new stage to bring it to a level which it is at today?
Yeah, so Rucha, I think when we just started out, it was a very small team and two of us, and we had to really do a lot of groundwork together. We were both attending calls from customers, driving sales, looking at marketing campaigns, manufacturing, making mattresses. But as the business has evolved, we've now got a very, very strong team in place. We have all our CXOs who now take most of the day-to-day decisions in the company, which gives both of us time to really look at what's next. How do we really step change, not this year, but how do we innovate for new products in the next year and the year after that? So I think now probably there is a lot more sanity and balance compared to what it was earlier. And I think between us, it's just about mutual respect, trust, understanding, and transparency, which really works.
Well, thank you, viewers, for joining us today. But do stay tuned to NDTV Profit for more interesting conversations.